Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Thief of Cookies. My name is Erin, and today I'm drawing some Undertale fan art now that the game has been out forever, and the fandom is very well died down. I'm always late to everything, I feel like, fan art-wise. Anyway, but yeah, it's a good game, and I've been listening to the soundtrack lately, and I've kind of been on a fan art kick in my sketchbook the last few weeks, and so this is something that I sketched out a while ago, a little concept that I had kind of rolling around in my head. I kind of was going for like a movie poster kind of composition. I didn't end up putting any text on it, but I probably should have, really. I think it would look better with like a title, text, and like actors and stuff. Whatever you call that. I'm sure there's a term for it. Anyway. But yeah, so that's kind of what I had in mind. I thumbnailed the lighting and color composition that I had in mind pretty early on. I got this like really obnoxious like stream of crepuscular rays of light kind of coming down from up top, and so I knew that I was going to want to try to play around with some lighting effects, and so I love, like, as I go through this, sometimes you'll see me referring back to that really big obnoxious light ray, and just kind of keeping in mind what the composition, like how the colors are going to end up once that's in the picture. I spent like a million years trying to get this delta room symmetrical by hand. And then after I finished rendering one of the pillars, I was like, please, I'm not gonna do that to the other side, and so I just kind of ended up mirroring the whole thing anyway. Which felt a little silly to throw all that work, but I mean, I guess it was a good exercise at least. But yeah, I was still kind of dumb that I'd spend a bunch of time doing something that I really didn't need to do. But oh well. And then something that I tend to avoid in my work is architecture, and so doing this little doorway. I think there's a word for this that I'm totally forgetting. But anyway, this little doorway, archway, I don't know, is that a word? I don't know if that's a word. It's a word now, if it wasn't before. But anyway, so pillars and door top thing. There is a word for that, I know that. Anyway, so this is just a really small amount of architecture, is what the whole point of that ramble is. And so it was nice for me to just be able to just dip my toes into architecture a little bit. It's like not a lot of pressure, and like, yeah, okay, with digital and like the aid of the shift-click shortcut, yes, I can draw straight lines. Not otherwise, but you know, like it's enough for this, and so so that was good to work with the very inorganic elements, because I think I'm pretty used to using much more organic lines than that, so yeah. Another thing that was interesting to kind of combat during this piece is that due to the large scale of things, the actual piece itself is not that large compared to what I usually do. I mean, it's my standard working size. I try to keep everything, like when I start out on this, because I never know like where something's going to go as I'm drawing. And so I try to keep everything print size and resolution, and so this is 11 by 17 inches at 300 dpi. And so as I was working on it, mainly on the larger elements, like those big light rays and the shadow rays and everything, as I'm trying to fill in the background. And I'm playing around with some fun brushes and mixer brushes and stuff that I will mention in the description below. But so I'm playing around with these kind of unique brushes that have some effects to them, and so when I work at a large scale, there was quite a bit of lag to battle against, which is always fun. So like with that big giant ray of light, I kind of like colored it all in, and then I used a mixer brush to get it to the blurriness and consistency, I guess, that I wanted it to be. And so just like had to play the game where you like make a bunch of brush strokes with your tablet, and then you sit there and wait for 3 minutes while your machine catches up with you, and you just kind of like watch bit by bit, the machine render your brush strokes. And it's always kind of weird to watch that, but whatever. So yeah, so that was interesting to kind of combat. A lot of the times I just kind of gave up on waiting for it, and I ended up just doing like a Gaussian blur filter, which doesn't look as nice, but it takes less time to render, so it was worth it for me. The brush sets that I'm using, again, I'm using the Kyle Webster's Ultimate Megapack of brushes, which is one that's pretty popular. You've probably heard of it, you probably know several artists who use it, but it's a really fantastic brush pack, like really high quality brushes, and so versatile, like all of them. It's awesome. And then I'm also using Sam Nielsen's custom brushes, and he has some really nice mixer and smudge brushes that I'm using. So there's an impressionist brush that I'm using to mix my base layer for the grass, which gives me a really nice base texture to work with. It's not good for what I had in mind for the finished product, but it's good for me to not have to go in and manually do every single blade of grass, though I did kind of come close. But I really like the texture that it left me with, and so cannot recommend that setting that Sam Nielsen has. He knows what he's doing with Photoshop. He's quite experienced with it and likes to play around with creating brushes, and I highly recommend his brush set as well, because he's got some that have really nice effects, and I use them all the time when I'm painting, so as I was going through this piece, I ended up having to adjust the lighting on the architecture a lot, because as you can kind of see, like when I paint, I like to put my base colors down flat and then like gradually add the lighting on top using layers, and sometimes using blending modes and trying to fix the lighting that way. And so I just kind of rendered, as you saw, just like straight, flat, like ambient lit pillars there. And then, I knew that I kind of wanted a kind of dramatic lighting scheme. And so as I went along, I kept having to fix the lighting on the pillars and kept having to kind of try to push them back and put more elements like this fog in front of it that I'm putting and everything, and just things to make it not quite so like sucking your attention away from everything. And so that was just kind of an interesting struggle that I had during this piece. I had a lot of fun with the effects, with like the fog wisps in the background and adding texture in there to like later on. I think I'm about to get to it pretty soon here, but doing the rays of light streaming down from up top and doing some fun little particle effects in there. I did play around a little bit with a custom brush of my own making, just messing around with just the brush properties. But ended up not really getting something that I was super happy with, that like for the effects that I had in mind. And eventually I just kind of gave up and did the little particles by hand. But it is always fun to mess around with all the different properties of the brushes and figure out a little bit how that works and be able to make your own custom brushes. So yeah. But yeah, I kept pushing the lighting a little bit more dramatic. Anyway, that is about all I have to say for this. I am getting to the end of this piece, as you see me playing around with the particles here, so I guess I will end it here. Thank you so much for watching my video. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate you looking at my stuff, and I'll hope to see you again in the next video. Bye!